Beautiful. Hi, I'm Brandy. I'm the owner and founder of Scribble Scrabble Company LLC. Scribble Scrabble Company LLC is a women's fashion design and apparel company that is a mix and a hodgepodge of different styles, colors, textures, a little bit of everything. It was founded by myself. Again, my name is Brandy, and I've often been described as having a unique and even quirky sense of style. So one of the reasons why we developed was because, as I mentioned, a lot of people have described me as being quirky, a little bit of eccentric, and a little bit of out of the usual. And so, being the eldest daughter of a single parent, one of the things my mother knew how to do, she knew how to make a dollar stretch. So as a result, my siblings and I very often ended up at the resale shop, vintage stores as they call them now. And of course, as you can imagine, wanting the hottest new styles and fashions, you weren't going to find that at the local Value Village. And so very frequently, because I already had a pretty much unique sense of style, as you can imagine, I was teased. I looked a little different, I spoke a little different, and I dressed a little differently. And so one of the goals of Scribble Scrabble Company LLC is not only do we want to make fashions that support and encourage self-expression and freedom and love of yourself, we also want to normalize and naturalize one embracing her own unique style. So with that said, if you come to Scribble Scrabble's website, or I should say when you come to Scribble Scrabble's website, because let's face it, you get a little curious, you're going to want to. You're going to see colors. You're going to see different textures. You might even see a mix of different things that don't quite look like they go together, but dag nabbit, you did it. How did you do it? I got to have it. That's us. The women that we speak to are, at any given time, a little bit of rocker, a little bit of punk, a little bit of chick, and then a little bit of corporate America. And so what we love to do is we love blending fashions, styles, mixtures. So you may see a woman wearing khaki pants with a slit rocker shirt and a blazer on top. You may see one of our ladies wearing combat boots with a schoolgirl pleated skirt. And then let's say she's wearing a bad choker or some awesome blazers. We like to mix things up. As you can tell, these are one of our staple pieces, our throwback earrings. We love chunky, bold jewelry. We love bright, natural bracelets, and we love bold colors. But that doesn't mean that we can't appreciate monochromatics and crisp, sweet tones. We also love jewel tones. And so we just want to tell you, we invite you to be a part of Scribble Scrabble Nation. We love you. We'd love to have you. We'd love to see the style that you bring. And of course, we want to hear from you. What are your favorite colors? What do you feel great wearing? What do you look best in? What makes you walk a little taller and shrug your shoulders a little firmer? So in 5 years, Scribble Scrabble is going to be a niche store. So as you imagine, a lot of things have gone online. Places are starting to venture away from regular retail as we know it. However, our customer, because they're like me, they're very tactile. They still want to be able to look at it. They still want to be able to pull the fabric. They want to even be able to, feel it in their hand and sometimes even sniff the fabric, because that's the kind of woman that she is. So in 5 years, we will have a major retail presence, online retail presence, but we'll also have special boutique touch stores. And at the special boutique touch stores, you will be able to go in and buy a limited sizing and offering of pieces. You'll also be able to try on pieces, some of the samples that we have in store available, and be able to touch them, and we'll help you find out if that's the piece for you. I'm a Detroit girl, based in Detroit, born and raised in Detroit. Still live in Detroit right now. And Detroit, even though it's experiencing a renaissance and resurgence of sorts, Detroit still ranks high in incarceration, recidivism, poverty, and among the black community, black Americans are the lowest of having the number of entrepreneurs. And so one of our goals is to create jobs. One of our goals is to employ the community. We want to develop a community where we are also training designers. We're training the young people, catching them early, giving them training. We're also teaching them the skill of entrepreneurship. there's a whole master plan, everybody. I don't know if I can go into it with the short period of time that I have, but we want to teach, train, and empower and definitely give back to the Black community. Of course, as I mentioned, and I was born and raised here, so of course we want our first presence to be here in Detroit because so very often, I mean, even though, like I said, there's been this renaissance happening, a lot of people still discount Detroit. And a lot of the native Detroiters who tend to be African American minorities, disadvantaged, disenfranchised, they're not experiencing the wealth, they're not experiencing the growth, they're not experiencing the boom that some of our counterparts are. So our goal is to start right here. Well, I'm in Vegas right now, guys, but my goal is to start, of course, at home in Detroit, and eventually we want to. Scribble Company was born and raised in Detroit, everybody. So that is going to be our first major city that we start in. But we are going to branch out into other major cities. Now, we'll be other major cities. And the goal is we want at least, and I know this may seem small, everybody, but we do want to, we want to attract clients from everywhere, but our goal is to have at least one touch store, starting with, in each of the major states in the major cities. So Detroit, Chicago, Memphis, of course, Atlanta, Miami, the major areas first, starting there, and then we're going to branch off into other areas and states. So I'm trialing these, and so I have 6 new colors that I added. And so I came out for a trade show in Las Vegas. And so I said, you know, I made several different colors, staple colors, and I said, well, everything I like to wear, my earrings go with. So I said, you know, I might as well go ahead and wear them because I made them, and then maybe let me do like a test. Everybody. I had so many people stop me and just tell me that they love the earrings, they love the color, they love the shape. And one benefit to our earrings is a lot of us who do really like the bold, you know, look, the bold statement earrings, we like them, but sometimes they're too heavy. And so I know a lot of women who, and you've seen it, they have maybe the dark earlobes, or they have the drag, you know, or even sometimes their ears split because the earrings that they wear are too heavy. But we created these to be bold statement pieces, but as you can see, you know, they're blowing in the wind, they're super light and super airy, so you can get a lot of long-lasting wear out of them without there being any agitation or being, you know, too heavy on your ears, because we want you to be able to wear them all day with anything and with everything. And
we're talking about Detroit.
And so Scribble Scrabble Company was born and raised in Detroit, everybody, so that is going to be our first major city that we start in. But we are going to branch out into other major cities. Now, we'll be other major cities. And the goal is we want at least, and I know this may seem small, everybody, but we do want to, we want to attract clients from everywhere, but our goal is to have at least one touch store, starting with, in each of the major states in the major cities. So Detroit, Chicago, Memphis, of course, Atlanta, Miami, the major areas first, starting there, and then we're going to branch off into other areas and states.
And you're out here in Las Vegas now. You didn't put Las Vegas on that map.
Yeah. Now I have to, guys, let me tell you this. Okay, guys, I got to tell you. So I'm trialing these, and so I have 6 new colors that I added. And so I came out for a trade show in Las Vegas. And so I said, you know, I made several different colors, staple colors, and I said, well, everything I like to wear, my earrings go with. So I said, you know, I might as well go ahead and wear them because I made them, and then maybe let me do like a test. Everybody. I had so many people stop me and just tell me that they love the earrings, they love the color, they love the shape. And one benefit to our earrings is a lot of us who do really like the bold, you know, look, the bold statement earrings, we like them, but sometimes they're too heavy. And so I know a lot of women who, and you've seen it, they have maybe the dark earlobes, or they have the drag, you know, or even sometimes their ears split because the earrings that they wear are too heavy. But we created these to be bold statement pieces, but as you can see, you know, they're blowing in the wind, they're super light and super airy, so you can get a lot of long-lasting wear out of them without there being any agitation or being, you know, too heavy on your ears, because we want you to be able to wear them all day with anything and with everything.
And now, one last question. As far as your company is concerned, do you think it would be advisable to tempt other young ladies to go in the same industry as you? Do you know how big this industry is?
Now, yes, I do know how big this industry is. The women's fashion market is estimated to grow about, I want to say about 6%. Now, everybody, please excuse me because I looked this up. I was working on a project and then I went and did something else. So you all please excuse me just to be on the safe side. But it was about 6% within the next few years, I think 2025, which is not the highest amount of growth, but it's steady. There was no decline. So I would say yes. The other reason why I would also say yes is because oftentimes we tend to gravitate to things where we're playing it safe. But when we're playing it safe, that might not necessarily be the best place that we're going to flourish. That might not be our gift. That might not be our talent. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to tell you, everybody, I've been in retail and in corporate America for blah, 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 blah years of my life. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, everybody. But I've been in retail and corporate America for several years of my life. And even though I've always had an artistic gift and had talents like that, I remember being in high school and telling my teachers, well, when I graduate, I'm not doing art. I'm going to go ahead and get another job. And I said that because I wasn't sure if I would be able to succeed in it and how much money I could make in it. But also, I was afraid of the gift. I was afraid of my own gift. I was afraid of my own talent. And to be vulnerable, to expose that and share that with someone and, maybe have somebody say, I don't like it. What are you doing? You need to go and try something else. That does take some vulnerability to allow yourself to be open and to allow yourself to begin to grow in your gift. So, in addition to there being, monetary gain and benefit from being able to do that, I would definitely recommend any young woman, if you have an artistic bent, if you have a fashion or a talent that, just kind of you've been born with. For me, I used to make clothing out of stockings for my Barbie dolls and other paper, anything I could get my hands on that was malleable, I would design. And I'd say, hey, Mom, look at this. And of course, Mom would say, oh, girl, that's sharp. I love it. And it kind of grew from there. But I would definitely encourage any young woman to, I know we hear this a lot, but lean into your gift. Whatever God-given gift you've been given, lean into that, because your gift, believe it or not, it will make room for you. Now, with that said, there will be sacrifice. There will be some tough times. There will be times where you just won't feel like doing it. But I promise you, if you lean into the gift that you already have, if you lean into that talent that you already have, you've heard it many times before, the money will come. But you also have to remember, you've got to put your shoulder behind it. You've got to put your head behind it. You've got to put your hand and your heart behind it. So short answer is yes. I would definitely, if you have that artistic bent, I would definitely recommend. The first thing I'm going to say is that God has gifted everyone differently. There are people who, several bakers, they all bake and they all make pies, but they make their pie a little bit differently. There are several designers, they all design, but they make their design, their clothing designs a little bit differently. There are automakers, there are teachers, there are attorneys. Everyone has these gifts that are similar gifts, but they all manifest a little bit differently. And so with that said, I do realize that the sense of style that I have, my fashion narrative may not be like someone else's, and that's completely okay. But there's still room for me. And so as far as my piece of pie, I'm going to be realistic, and I'm not going to give you, I know I can get 25% of that. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to give you a realistic percentage. I don't know how much of that pie I will have, but I do know I'm destined to be a multi-billion-dollar company business owner, a successful multi-billion-dollar business owner. And so the sky is the limit, not only for me, but for you. And if anybody's looking at the screen trying to figure out, now she don't look young. Now, I ain't no spring chicken, everybody. I'm not. But what I do want to tell you is to embrace your dream. What I do want to tell you is to put passion into what you do and embrace who you are, because you are not like anybody that God has ever created. You are special. You are unique. And go after what you want. It's there waiting for you. Thank you.
Say goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching me at Scribble Scrabble Company. Hope to see you soon.